Shalom. I'm Minister Dr. Cynthia Marie Whitley, but I'm not your conventional minister. The name of this podcast is Be Aware. Be aware of your thoughts. Each week, we will review self-realization tips using primarily biblical references through storytelling. We will reflect on our thoughts and become aware. So I'm considering a new love, and I am faced with what do I do syndrome. Do I change my ways to what I imagine he is looking for in a woman? Do I remain silent and let him take the lead in all of our affairs? Of course, I know the answer is no, because I have what some would consider a rebellious nature. Actually, it's just that I follow my intuition very closely, and I always have. I've been labeled as a very spiritual person based on my study and practice. And the person I have my eyes on is someone whom I would consider a very spiritual person as well. We differ in that he interprets the Bible literally, and I rely on the Bible's psychological interpretation. So do I change? Again, I know the answer is no, because to do so would be to submit or place myself in a cage and live like an ostrich with my head in the soil, which I chose not to ever do again. I chose not to feel trapped again in my life. To smother and mask my emotions would be to suffocate my power, stop breathing, stifle my growth, become uncomfortable, suppress my expression and knowledge, and die. My emotions, your emotions, are like dynamite that can either be released slowly or explode due to compression. Our emotions must and will be expressed. And like Cain in the Bible, if we don't rule over this energy, we will kill our brother. My belief is that our feelings are one way of God expressing himself in us and through us. And how are you going to smother God from expressing his will through humankind? You can't. And by the same token, you cannot smother what you know as your will. According to Sion de Rohan, in The Right Use of Will, she says this: the will expresses itself as feelings, emotions, receptivity, intuition, and desire. You may keep your feelings, emotion, receptivity, intuition, and desires contained for a while, but because of the nature of these energies, they will rise up. Denial of expressions will surface through our actions, or it'll rise and show up literally through our bodies, culminating sometimes in disease. Energy is meant to be allowed free movement. I began to practice Tai Chi, where I'm learning another method of using my energy in a controlled fashion. This week, I'm anxious to reintroduce a word I haven't used much, and that word is will, W-I-L-L. Our wills are a gift from God. Each person has what appears to be an individual will, and each will seem individualized. Yet there is one maker of the universe, according to my understanding. I love decoding words, which means learning their origin, known as the etymology of a word. The study today will be found in the word individual. The importance of this word, or the importance of studying this word, is so that we can see that we are not divided from God and that we are to follow his lead when it comes to expressing ourselves and dealing with the power that he has entrusted us with, namely the power of emotions, often depicted as the expression of our will. Let's look at the prefix and the root word individual. Reminder, a prefix is a word part added to the beginning of a base word or root word. When prefixes are added to the base or root word, it changes the meaning of the entire word. Remember the prefix in? We were taught in school, we were told that in, which is derived from Latin, means not. So examining the following words, we derive the following meanings. Invisible, meaning not able to be seen because of the prefix in and root word vision. Incorrect means not correct because of the prefix in and root word correct. Inactive means not active because of the prefix in and root word active. Inconsiderate means not considerate or kind from the prefix in and the root word consider. And the word for the day, individual, means not divided from the prefix in and the root word divide. If that English lesson was correct, then the understanding I derived means that individuals are not divided. Not divided from what? We are not divided from anything, anyone, or God. I think we have understood the meaning of the word individual incorrectly by believing and accepting that we are separate from everything and everyone on the face of the earth, even our Maker. Most times, truly not believing and not recognizing that we can't be separated from God who made us. I know this has been the case with me. Sometimes I thought I wasn't connected and God didn't hear me. Can any of us hold the entire universe in our hands? Can we keep the sun and moon in its orbit or keep the stars in the sky? Can we control the breath that keeps us alive when it goes and how long it stays? And in the words of God to Job in Job chapters 38 through 42, it says, who has put wisdom in the innermost being or given understanding to the mind? Did you hear that? Who has put wisdom in the innermost being or given understanding to the mind? But God. I ask as I present these words that the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord. Correct me gently if I am wrong in what I am bringing forth. My understanding has led me to believe that just like the stars in the sky, we are focal points of the all in all, and we are not divided from anything or anyone except in how we choose to think and feel, also known as exercising our will. And most of all, we are not separated from our Maker. So I cannot submit to another person's will, and I will not force him to submit to my will. So if my partner thinks differently from me, as long as we both understand that we are connected to God and that we are all one in this great big universe, then I will remain free to express myself so that my thoughts can flourish, and I will respect his thoughts and feelings as we continue to evolve in this life. And with that I say, peace and shalom. Shalom. Where my tribe at? Where my people at? I've been a storyteller all my life. I love telling stories, but I come now equipped with information, with self-help information from my study of more than 40 years. I have a lot to give and I want to give it to you. So listen to my stories on my podcast, on my YouTube channel, and in my books. Yes, in my books. Come to see where I'm coming from. so that you can see how what I have to put forward can benefit you, how it can increase and have you increase in your life. Shalom.